Hi everyone, Bill Henry here, Robinson Henry, Colorado estate planning attorney. Let's jump right in. So today we're talking about how do we build an estate plan? What does that even look like? Well, if we start at the bottom, kind of a core estate plan that basically everyone needs includes a will, a financial power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, and a living will called advance directive in Colorado. The financial power of attorney, medical power of attorney, and living will are used during life, but during disability, and the will is used after someone passes away. Moving up one more level, we're looking to avoid probate, and we can do that with a trust. However, we can also do it without a trust. We do that with deeds and with your beneficiary designations on your insurance policies, 401ks, IRAs, things of that nature. Then if we go up one more level to protecting beneficiaries, in that case, we are typically using a trust. We also, of course, get probate avoidance in many cases. So we're looking to use trust to protect beneficiaries, and we're also concerned about issues in blended families and specifically not disinheriting the surviving spouse or the children of one of the spouses that passes away. Next, if you are a business owner, planning typically gets a little more complicated. We're looking at entity selection and structuring for asset protection purposes. Buy-sell agreements, how is that ownership interest going to transfer after one of the owners passes away? And we're looking at tax planning to achieve tax planning goals. Moving up one more level, we get into more advanced planning. That is elder law planning, such as planning for public benefits, Medicaid planning. We may be using standalone retirement trusts. Those are for retirement assets. We may be looking at special needs trusts if we have a special needs child. We are often using irrevocable trusts for tax planning and asset protection purposes. And finally, we may do lifetime gifting if the estate is of a certain size. All right, so now that you know what is an estate plan, the question, of course, is for you, what is it that I need in my particular circumstance? Well, that comes into two different factors. One is, what does your life look like? And the second is, what are your goals? So what is your life? What type of assets do you have, both in the total amount, but then also what are their actual types? In other words, do you own a house? Do you have a vacation house? Do you have retirement assets? Next, what's your family situation? Is it a blended family? Do you have minors? How about special needs children? Do you own a business? Are you a beneficiary of a trust? Next, we move over into what are your goals? Well, goals can of course vary, but some of the typical ones would be you want to avoid probate, tax planning, one of your children is a spendthrift, and you need to protect them from themselves. Perhaps one of the kids has a substance abuse issue, so drugs, and we again want to protect them. Asset protection, protecting our children generally through things like, that's supposed to say children, protecting our children generally through things like guardians and appointing guardians. We may want to protect our spouse, and how do we do that most efficiently? So those are just some of the goals. Of course, the number of goals for any family varies wildly.